What's up, guys? This is the Rifleman, and I am back to bring you to the next episode of my Empire Total War Let's Play. Sorry, as Great Britain. And in this episode, we are attacking the city of Cuttack and taking it away from the Marathas. So they have a veritable horde of infantry facing us down, but no artillery and very limited cavalry options. God, I don't know. For some reason I don't know why I've turned up all gassy. But yes, let's get ready and attack the city and take one more territory away from the Marathas. So my plan will be use the artillery to force the Marathas to advance against my line, where I can then smash them to pieces with canister shot and musket fire. Mainly in these sorts of engagements, I do want to try and preserve my force as much as possible, because we are fighting on the Indian continent, and the Indian factions do like to spit armies out one after another. So if you go all out, destroy a force, but destroy your own, you're suddenly in a whole heap of trouble. Well, let's see how we get on. We will be able to spend more time attacking the continent. And now they're all blockaded. That's very positive. So up here is very tasty, but the undulating ground makes it less advantageous for my artillery, which is my advantage. So I think I do want to stay fighting over this relatively flat plain. Or back here on this ridge. I think the plain works. It's more over here, really. Well, 24-pounder siege artillery can sit back here. But even then, if I deploy those guns back in infantry forward, because the direct fire of these guns is a lot more realistic, I suppose, than Darth mod, I will be taking out my own men. So I think I am going to be deploying on this ridge line if I'm not going to be on the offensive. So let's select a couple of units, drop a 12-pounder battery, select a few more units, a siege battery in the center, a few more, probably spread out a bit more, just so I can get this last 12-pounder battery up on this slightly higher ground. Another block of infantry on the right flank. I've got 2 units in reserve. That's my Highlanders. That's my cavalry, but they will be dotted about 1 on each flank. The general in the centre. So this might, depending on what the enemy does, I may just be packing up and advancing. Nope, they are coming. Concentrate on their, some good hits on their cavalry. I do, as much as possible, want to focus on knocking their artillery out of the game. But I do love how Lancers look in Empire 2. They look very pretty. If nothing else, I just want to whittle them down a little bit more. Siege artillery is going to struggle that angle, so they're probably not going to have a huge amount of involvement unless the enemy advances. I'm hoping once they form up, they will push. There we go, that's what I was hoping would happen. They would see the error of their ways and advance up onto the plateau. That's where my real advantage comes into play. And the guns can do more glorious work. Yeah, you can see the Siege artillery is actually having a lot of trouble getting over this ground. I mean, I'll make my 12-pounders engage new targets just to prevent the friendly fire, because some has happened on my regiment of foot trying to fire across the line. Charge straight into my arquebusier. Arquebusier got a volley off. Bring my general over just to support them. A couple more good hits on the Bengal Lancers. We can break the Lancers before the Bengal Lancers come in. Perfect. Arquebusier, run. Run, run, run. Fire at will off. Seek the protection of the square. I'm going to say don't charge us. Yeah, they are going to successfully charge us, but keep running. Keep running. Lead them into our square. Excellent work, Colonial Regiment, although we have disrupted your formation. The square is intact, they're all shuffling back into position. Ceasefire. Good hits on the RT. Get these 12-pounders engaging the enemy as they towards us. Round shot to engage the Bargier infantry. Bring the extra infantry down onto the right flank. The Lancers are coming back. Hoping we can just give them a good volley and chase them off. Form square, but the 22nd Regiment is also going to give them a volley. Good shot, bouncing off of the Bargier infantry. All the way at the back, we've got one unit of Bargier infantry that is going to hold. On the double, man. Bring my general back towards the centre. Even though they can't hit them now, because we can fire canister shot, we may as well just get them. Nope. Warm up on the... Okay, it looks like they are going to play silly buggers and start to... I mean, they've deployed, but they haven't deployed. There we go. Starting to entice some of them in. Make sure this flank is all ready to fire at will. Siege artillery engage the general staff. They are seeking to withdraw. Okay, let's let one good volley go into the general staff. Blast the Bengal infantry. They have to advance into well within range of our troops. Not even a single volley. Okay, we're gonna have to go after them then. Gonna come and get you. Into the flank of the Bengal infantry. Then few men ready to advance. Let's get all our artillery limbered up. Now that our artillery is unlimbered, you are now more up for the engagement. Stay as you were. Then the line out to this peak rough grip. Should have done this from the start already, but I was curious to see if they would go all the way. Charge the Bengal infantry. Now they're coming in speed. Don't run. Or fire into them at point blank range. Cavalry ready to commit at a moment's notice. Hit the Hindu musketeers. They are currently mobile. They're not in a position to shoot. Hit that unit of Bajir infantry. Flank. You might have to charge into this Hindu musketeer unit. Depoys they may be. We'll get involved. Currently wavering. Our front line should hold quite well. Excellent. General pursue. Let the forward. Bajir infantry have been killed. Infantry, civil. Volley into the Bajir infantry at point blank range. Okay. Advance. Okay, we can form a more coherent line on the right now that it looks like they're deploying against us. Pistoliers getting more to... I have to go into the Guardian Musketeers. He's nearly in position. Drag the guns a little bit further forward. Siege artillery. Pistoliers are having a reasonable time of it. Push through. Nope, they're wavering. Keep going. Keep attacking. Slaughter as many as you can. Charge that Guardian Musketeer unit with the Maritime Infantry Regiment to advance. Oh! General's been killed by musket fire. Or was it an artillery? Shoot, artillery round. I lose one guy and it's the general. Okay, I have to play this a lot more carefully now. Swing around, secure the flank. General. Elephants. Scots, rather, advance. Infantry on the right flank. Withdraw. Get outflanked. Siege artillery and a real number on that Bargier infantry to the rear of their army. You need to limber up. Guns on the hill back here. You need to limber up. Artillery, keep engaging. Highlanders charge. Pistoliers wait on the flank. Cavalry commit so that the Highlanders don't get shot down. Although that's not great. Okay, let's straighten our line some here. Start to push around the flank. This formation. Push forward to cover the flank of that formation. Managed to shot that unit of Maratha infantry. Yeah, Pistoliers don't like that infantry fire. Your infantry, please break. Hope all of you run. Cavalry in the form of the Harquebusier. Smack the Bargier infantry here. Infantry advance up. Artillery needs to cease fire. Advance to point blank range with my other infantry. Coldstreamers in particular. Look at trying to get them within grenade range. Bengal infantry there are shaken. Okay, let's bring those depoys back to engage this enemy infantry with the bayonet. Go. Cavalry, mow them down. Highlanders, charge this unit of infantry. When the cavalry rout this infantry unit, they'll barrel on and hit that unit of Bajir. Push forward, man. Highlanders charging in. Push forward, cavalry. Fire at will off. They'll rout as soon as the cavalry gets in. There we go. Here's... they're not even going to get a chance to fire their grenade. Hang the firing. Get the charge going. Cavalry smash the Maratha infantry first. Bajir infantry square is being engulfed. The fuck? Excellent. The British are coming with fire and blood. Territories to be taken. Empires to grow. Excellent. Very, very good. Okay, so that's one more territory taken. Our control over the eastern coast of India increases. So, yeah, we just need to make sure we keep cranking the pressure up. We keep generating armies both in theatre and out of theatre. Support our advances. Luckily with Bengal and Ceylon, we've got two reasonably good centres to produce troops, with the occasional extra army being brought in from England. Sadly, we did lose our commander. Repair the barracks. That's from one of the Harkibusier. It's, in theory, Nathan Bevis. Bevis. Cannot reinforce the entire army, but I can make a start. Oh. Yeah, there's a full stack. It looks like that's it for now. Get rid of this religious school. So I do want you guys to start converting to English culture. Calcutta's starting to do very well. The blockade continues. Economic pain continues to be wrought. God, their capital's only growing by 1 turn. I mean, they'll be somewhat helped by the loss of an entire garrison to sustain. In terms of research, nothing on the horizon. Everything's just progressing. Cool, okay, let's hit end turn. Other armies marching up towards Yankton to make sure that the natives are dealt with. Good work. France continuing to scamper around. I am really surprised they haven't tried to push me. Otherwise, yeah, we shared a border now for an... Ooh, this is it. Don't join Russia. Please. Yes! Okay. Okay. India has to look after itself for a period. I want to move decisively against the Ottomans. They have control of a lot of territory. But what I want to do is I want to take the Middle Eastern half of it. Don't. Bad. Samuel Boyce. We'll send you to infiltrate Athens. But the plan for the Ottomans, I want to capture these territories, because this is basically the seat of most of their economic power. I mean, obviously they get a lot of wealth here, but if I can concentrate them in the continent, it's more likely that Sweden or other nations will declare war on them from natural cultural dislike rather than the Middle East. I think if I land and take Egypt, I can push and take Jerusalem and Damascus. Do have their navy to deal with. Although it is all just Shebeks and fire ships. So, yeah, let's send Gus Mitchell. Go take them out. It'll probably be an auto-resolve. But, because I am at war with the Ottomans now, I may as well now start pushing along the coast. So Morocco, how are you fixed for friends? Indifferent, no allies. Okay, you're doomed. We'll land and take Morocco. Then what will probably happen is we will need to build religious buildings along the coast to speed up their transition towards English culture. They want more ports nearer the front line. Okay, man needs a government building. There's a port upgrade. Infrastructure. Pretty sure for the most part they were all fixed. Okay, these armies, you've been recalled. Mexico can have a governor's residence. Tobacco warehouse. Yes, those armies have been recalled. Where's my navy? Okay, let's detach 2 full-rigged pinnace. Get ready to move them across. These guys as well. Galleon's not terrible. I've got 3 armies. 4 armies, rather. Sorry. I'm not going to make anyone bored yet. I don't want them to put them at risk. But I've got 4 armies here. Plus this army in London, or near London. They will be ready. I'll probably want 2 to land near Gibraltar. Capture Morocco. Judging by the enemy's strength, I don't need to have more than 1 army advancing along the coast. Well, really, 5 armies. 2 can land at Morocco. 1 will work its way along, and then the other will be available for commitment. 2 land at Cairo. All the while, I probably want to be build some frigates. Start doing some blockading duties. Wait, I've already got one. I was about to say I need another fleet. You, Horatio. Bring you back to Europe. You? Ah, yes, you're my agent. Okay, 2,700. We spend... Well, what can we spend that on, rather? The answer is not much. Yes. Stuart Grant is building up a new North American army. We can commit an additional army to India, actually. Worth me making sure I get the recruitment of the last of these units done. Let's move Darren Johnson towards Katak. Army's recruiting 4 more units. So they need 2 more, 2 slots. Realistically, it's going to be cavalry. We've got cavalry and yeomanry. Recruit a light cavalry unit. Oh, that's it. Right, in which case, get you another light infantry unit. Elon is also continuing to recruit, but they are limited in artillery, so these units won't have artillery. We'll need to get them from attack, which is pretty well fixed. Human in Bengal and Ceylon. We've lost trade with the Ottomans. Spies are doing good work. Probably... We do have Gdansk here, but until Gdansk gets support, we don't really care. So let's infiltrate Gdansk, so we can keep an eye on and do that. We need visibility of it. Let's just infiltrate it. Keep an eye on how well the villages are growing. I do want to blockade their ports, because they own Vienna. So blockade all these ports to prevent trade. Definitely want to blockade in here. Basically, I suppose Izmir and Thessaloniki are the priorities really for... Okay, let's hit end turn. Brown's still not seeing this as an opportunity to attack us, which is positive. Ah, the Maratha's falling back. We will bring them to battle. We do not want them to mass on our front line. They do have to be killed. They're raiding to the south, that's fine. Baxter Robinson, Trencherman. Oh. This you're just sat here blockading enemy for more raiding, that's fine. Let's residents. It doesn't really need a barracks. Bogota does want a new government building. Yeah, for the most part, that's... I think I need to spend...
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Can't quite make it, but you can make it to Barbados.
Lord, set sail.
George Wade, you need new artillery. You may go to London first to pick up new guns. Oh. Still hightailing it back. Men are ready. This fleet's going to chauffeur them to Gibraltar. The time comes, but I could do with another grand fleet. Start recruiting some second rates. Oh, the sloop with the agent on board. But is the one that is currently short. Riviere is going to get reform naval administration. Really good quality troops we can now get out of London. America recruitment is continuing as well.
Yes.
Artillery.
Get ready. Troops, forward.
Where?
Your Majesty.
Few grenadiers. Yeah, the Union of Native Auxiliary. Queen's York Rangers. Queen's Rangers. Good. Trade the mine. Plenty. Spies still doing spy things. Probably not bothered about Turin anymore. Take you a while, but let's get you to Cairo. At the very least, you're going to run through their territory and I'm going to get some visibility on what's going on. Oh yes, the Ottoman fleet. That's just going to be an auto-resolve because they've got a whole lot of nothing ships. Entire fleet sunk. Oh, I meant to engage the Marathas. Blast. Got target fixation there. At least we got rid of one full fleet. Interesting. Okay, there's... these are the ones to keep an eye on now. Okay, they are now approaching in numbers. I could do with having an army south of Cuttack to cover the bridge. That would be worthwhile. So, reformed naval administration. Good. And you've gone to grape shot. I think I'm okay with that. That gets us the naval school. Will get us... reduce our bonus to trade, but it'll reduce our navy upkeep, which is great because our navy is huge, and plus lots of command bonuses. Huge amount of command bonuses. Downing Street. First Lord of the Treasury is moved to a new residence. Spy has been seen.
Shadowing the target.
Now he's inside. New town emerges in New Andalusia. Here, have a trade port. Through to colonial militia. They will garrison the... Ratio! The admiral's been killed. Ooh, okay. First of all, you did great, but now there's no port I can get to in one turn. Cagliari needs to develop faster. I exempt them from tax. Oh, that's a big increase. Do that. If I can get Algero developed, that will help them. Ironmaster's Forge and a government building. Barros Port. Some of these cheap, quick and easy industry upgrades, let's get them done. Navy with the embarked army. Okay, I might actually send you to India to try and bolster their forces. This navy. Send you to Europe. I want them to need their guns replacing.
Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Ship's orders.
Vincent Adley. You embarked. Position yourself at San Juan. Other armies not. Going to be a few turns yet before they're in position. Well, you know, actually, I've got quite a large garrison here at Gibraltar. I could probably attack it with garrison in support. Yeah, that's more than enough. Right. Embark Edward Braddock. Land him at San Juan. With the dockyard at Kid.
Ready and waiting.
Embark the army. Bring the navy back to Portsmouth.
Yes, my
First of all, we need to start hitting some of these armies before they start to cause a lot of problems. Here at Kutak,
Your orders, Your Majesty.
you guys go to the
Onwards!
hills to the north. This force that attacked Kutak need to come out, attack Arigiturana. Lots of cavalry though, so we should be fine. We need to start chipping away at the Maratha strength. Here's what I could also do is land some raiders from recruited from Elon. Try and burn down some of their villages and interrupt their economy internally, but the amount of troops they've got is so high. I suppose it's the idea, are we happy to sacrifice an entire unit for these purposes? I'm not entirely sure. Well, we will see. Okay. They've got cavalry. They're a lot more mobile than we are. Being said, because they are cavalry, our square formations are going to be devastated. So let's deploy a pair of infantry units beside each of my 12-pounder battery. This 12-pounder is going to go up to here. Another 12-pounder is going to go up to here. I suppose the siege guns are going to go here as well. Divvy up the infantry behind each set of guns, then we'll deploy them as required. Basically moving up in 2 chunks. We get all of our guns deployed. Because really, if we're killing cavalry, you can deploy like this ahead of the guns. No. Nope, don't like that. Okay. 2 units, 1 gun team. Bring in the reserves. They can deploy 2. Siege artillery. Probably has to go right at the top. We end up with something like this. Infantry. Siege guns are better placed over here. Clearly, that's the best spot for them. Everything else is kind of not redundant. No, that's just the best spot for them. Right, let's get our pistons moving up. So from that range, our guns are definitely going to be in position and look at within range rather, and look at all this cavalry we've got. If you take this unit of Coldstream Grenadiers, then behind the guns. Hey, the siege artillery can actually move at a reasonable rate of knots. Well, the first volley goes. Ah, struck. Ooh, good hits. They are coming now. Maybe my whose cold streamers are a bit. Drive them a bit further forward. Siege guns, their priority target is going to be. Got to still be this massive clump of cavalry coming my way. The war elephants are a concern, but the cavalry are closer. I hit that same big block because there are so many cavalrymen. Exceptional kill, killed a bunch of guys here. Nearly took out somebody in the general staff. Look at that for a cavalry army. This is exactly what these guns want to attack, though. You want to attack this one. Exactly where they want to hit the target in the middle, because if they land short or long, they're still going to hit something. This unit of Celadar Lancers. God, even in death they can keep that lance in a spick and span position. God, they're coming. Bouncing shot kills one. Oh god, no, you guys. Pull back. In theory, no, I think you're not tall enough to fire over the tops of. Oh, that's a lot of dead cavalry. These guns, canister shot. But most of your guns have fired their load. But our lancers are chasing them off. Out there touching the stakes. Gunners, as soon as the gunners are unable to fight with their guns, they want to abandon them. Valiant efforts there. Form square. Valiant effort, but not enough. A couple of these units have been... Well, they have been turned back. Gunners are still active. Engage the General Staff. The siege guns engage the war elephants. A lot of dead elephants. Oh, that's a lot of dead elephants. Right, back you go. Grenadiers take up a position in the line. Siege gunners go after that war elephant unit. You men go after General Staff, I suppose. This cavalry unit are pushing in. They got a lot of muskets pointing their way. Loaded ones at that. They're going to make it to the line, but at what cost? Another war elephant unit gone. Engage the General Staff at range. Because I need to get my gunners to engage these tribesmen, otherwise they're always going to be around to defend the gunners. Gurkhas! Glad to know they're still in the game. Well, not these particular Gurkhas. They are soon to be removed from the game. They get knocked flying. $110 for the Harquebusiers. Let's see how well they do. Killing a lot of them, and they've only lost one man now since I charged. Recall my cavalry, because their cavalry is coming to countercharge. Well, it was coming to countercharge. Now my cavalry is going after their tribesmen. These pistoliers are going after their artillery. Canister shot with the basic artillery to sweep them clear. Just try plink the General Staff at range with the siege guns. Soon this infantry unit will have decided, you know what? Siege guns firing. No lucky hits. There's a lucky hit. Got the general. Okay, now attack the war elephants, because we can chase them down and destroy them. Because the cavalry will rout, but the elephants, we can kill this entire unit, because they're not going anywhere in a hurry. Artillery ceasefire. We're going to kill the guns. Ah, the artillery broke my cavalry. Fortunate, I do want to keep... Oh, I know what it was, because we They weren't firing at will, they were firing at a target. They kept firing because they, as far as they were concerned, we're not firing at will, we're shooting at a target. You come back though, I'd like you to try and kill the cavalry, but I don't think it's going to work. Kill these Gurkhas. Very good. Turn your fire at will off. Help the general staff at killing this unit of infantry. My general's unit's got got a unit of experience, which is very useful. There we go. For a minute there, I thought there was going to be a bug or something. Nice. Very good. The enemy army is in flight. Sadly, we may have lost an artillery unit, but I think that's quite a decisive win. Would like to find some more advantageous ground to defend next time. If I can find a nice hill or some other funky terrain like we've seen in previous maps, that would be great. We did lose the gun team. Still, in the grand scheme of things, I think that was successful. We can push a demi-cannon team out as an emergency measure while we recruit some more marine gun teams and recruit some more infantry units. Done most of this stuff. Excellent. Christian Garth. Oh yes, I lost my general, didn't I? So I'll put my general on a fourth-rate ship of the line, I think. Not the biggest. Jos Mitchell, he can come back as frigates are starting to present them. But I want to get that fleet bottled up first before I start committing my frigates to do raiding duty. I may well have already recruited skirmishers to that army being built near Boston. Another Maratha army, then another Maratha army. Oh, they're actually going to...
The fleet is lost.
Opened up. Are they going to try and free their, unfortunately, our entire battle fleet?
We shall rule the waves. All hands on deck. The fleet is lost.
Sloop of war, I'm assuming they've recruited. This is kind of why I wanted frigates to do my blockade duty. That's probably going to be a recruitment job at Ceylon. Don't worry about raids. We can upgrade our blockading troops to frigates, absolutely. We will go ahead and kill this sloop. A regular old sloop. We'll take it into our service. Then... Yes, it was temporarily open. Closed again. Batch another ship to the blockade. Gran Canada. Gran Granada, not Gran Canada. El Paso in New Mexico. Workshop. A couple of fleets have been destroyed, but they were just sloops. They weren't really. Then, eco, let's upgrade the port. Galway, let's get a weaving mill. So up here in India. Yep, they respond. They are responding.
Forward! Up! Lord? By the left! March!
Going to be a large engagement here.
Your Majesty?
Not quite such a large engagement here yet, but we do still need keep recruiting everything really over here.
Ready for action!
This gentleman go
Aha! Place of learning and culture. Where to, Captain? Can't sail there. Any orders? Sir. Your orders?
Okay, let's get rid of the demi cannon. Don't want. I still want that siege artillery because I think it's the 12-pounder foot artillery that's the latest. And I'll get a howitzer as well. Treatment in America continues. So here in Med,
All away! Ready?
to be fair, I think the name of the game might actually be just keep sending my armies to India and use the navy as my main weapon against the Ottoman Empire.
Aye, sir.
Batching frigates to go and interfere with trade. So we want to go attack some of these, particularly
Aye, aye, sir.
Izmir. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. We're going to be redirecting armies India. I think. Carts might be empty. We are at war with Mysore. Tempting to try and see if we can do a smash and grab some. Like Ahmedabad. Naroon. If we can smash and grab Naroon, because we're not at war with the Persians yet. Open up a second front. Well, start churning out line infantry. Don't stop.
Your orders.
Gonna need them. Which case then, I think this front against Ottoman isn't good.
Yes, Captain. Yes, my lord. Ship's orders.
Edward Braddock.
For orders.
Just make it. Sail for India immediately.
Reef sails.
Recruit a general. Elric Hooker. Ready to start building another top tier army back at Britain. See how India chooses to
More orders.
conduct their war on the continent. If I can isolate the Ottomans using my navy, that will allow. Oh god, the Spanish are at it again.
Draw.
Fleets, yeah, that fleet's coming to kill us. Tiny fleet, but withdraw.
For the horizon. Drop anchor. Withdraw. Withdraw.
Have to make sure we re-attack those ports. You've come within range. You've actually laid siege to this cheeky little devil. They didn't attack it though. The garrison was too strong for them. Suppose our army wasn't covering the road. It was in the high ground to the west of the road. Not... Yeah, we did get a hell of a defensive force here. Lots of fixed mortars. New town emerges in Portugal. Faro. Faro. Armory in Trincomalee. So now this can recruit a full spectrum army, including... Already got some elephants. Okay, let's get... Yeah, let's get a 6-pounder unit. Well, get a bit different. 2 turns till the School of Combat training's done, and we'll have access to more line infantry. Job of this army: hold this bridge south of Cuttack and prevent the flow of reinforcements. Then the ship join one of the raiding fleet. Yes, if you can hold the bridge, then the enemy are forced to bring in reinforcements from the west and the northwest. Good recruitment. In range to help each other? No, they aren't. So we can attack these armies individually. But first, we do want to take Aaron Shays. I wanted to see if I could more advantageously position, but sadly not. But looking at the timer, I believe it's time to end the episode. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for more British adventures. Cheers, everyone.